Okay, I'm gonna explain to you why the Sherman tank crew didn't really survive the way they should have. We built the Sherman crews based off of mechanics. Most of them were mechanics, and we started to run out of mechanics because they would die. And then we used to have to throw different people into them and stuff like that, but we'd still have to teach you mechanical work because the Sherman would break down, and that's the point. It would break down, but we could fix it easy, kind of like a Honda. Now, the ideology was we can ship a whole bunch of Sherman tanks, right? And they're lightweight, they're very thin. But by the time we get over there and destroy a Tiger tank, we could take the armor off the Tiger tank and put it onto the Sherman. Y'all weren't doing that. Y'all were just leaving the Tiger there. We don't want to leave the Tiger there. Why? Well, because they could fix it and reuse it, and it's like lightning doesn't strike in the same place, so they're probably not going to hit the same bullet hole. And we're not either. So let's take that and put it on ours. Whatever bullet hole they put on, we put it on our armor. Now our Sherman tanks are way stronger than a Tiger tank. They're smaller, which allows us to follow in through the Humvees and all the other like half tracks and stuff like that. The Tiger tanks were built too wide, which means one Tiger tank could supply enough armor for the rest of the 5 Sherman tanks that we had sitting around. And we could man those Sherman tanks off of a 1-man crew or a 2-man crew. So if only one of those fucking tank crews survived, the rest of them could have fucking remanufactured the tanks to go, do what they need to do. The same ideology applies with fighter pilots. If I'm going to build an elite group of fighter pilots, I want fighter pilots that started off as mechanics because they know how to fly the plane the best. They even know how to remanufacture the plane. So if I send up a group of 25 fighter pilots, and all those fighter pilots are trained in how to use the fighter pilot, but they're also a mechanic, so they know how to build it. If all 10 of them, or all 25 of them crash, there's probably enough material in there to build a big-ass bomber. So basically what it looks like is a magicianal effect where you throw that bomb down, smoke appears, and then you vanish. So you see all these 25 planes crash, boom, bang, blah, 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 and then out comes this huge-ass fucking plane because I got a crew of mechanics that just rebuilt a different plane and flew out. It's some crazy thinking type shit, but you guys do stuff differently. I don't want mechanics not driving the materials there with it because you need somebody on site that could fix it right away. If all you could do is shoot a gun, then I want you training the mechanics that don't know how to shoot a gun. And I want you to learn from the mechanics. I need you guys to double train each other. One's smarter in one dynamic, one's smarter in the other dynamic. I want you to recreate simulations where you're out there and the one that is usually the shooter needs to become the weaker link because you're so strong that the chain's not going to break. Because your weakest link don't know how to shoot, so teach him how to shoot. Now you guys took fire. I need you to get out. I'm going to cover you, but I need you to fix that tire because the time is going to take me to get to the other side of the vehicle. You could have already fixed it. You guys are not in that available space. That's if I'm going to build a crew of people that I don't want to die. Now, if I'm going to build an army that I want to build an army of, basically of who I feel are sinful people that could do righteousness, and that they do already feel they're doing righteousness, and we could do it in the right dynamic, because there's good and bad on both sides. Say I got a Christian that doesn't like a Baptist. Well, they probably both did wrong on each other, so having them do their little battle in a Coliseum would make sense. But if you're doing a battle in a Coliseum, just like a draw, you're probably both going to die. It's like V for Vendetta. But I would do live fire drills. If you don't listen and pay attention on how to get this shit done, then you're going to die. And I don't care whether you live or die. I care about these people over here that live or die, the 98% that want to be protected. And their protection that they use against the bully is to keep their mouth shut. So you took away their freedom of speech. So therefore you've already become a dictator just because they're silent. They have the right to be silent, and they're expressing that right now. And we only do that under certain circumstances when we feel that there's an enemy in our presence, and the other 1% that's there to protect us can't recognize it yet. So we need to fill out and see that first person to talk. Just like when you're doing a negotiation of sales, the first motherfucker to talk after you give out the business plans usually loses. If I'm pitching the business plan and I tell you the business plan and I go, and later on, like 30 seconds, because he's thinking about it, it's too much. If it's taking 30 seconds, then you say, it's probably not the right ideology for you. I mean, it's probably, and you just get ready to go, and then they're like, wait. If that's going to be the first thing that you talk about, that's the first thing you say, but you wait for them to pitch, and if they say no, be like, okay, yeah, no, that's fine by me with anything you want to do. If you don't want to create a better financial means, that's fine. It's a very trippy situation when you think somebody's trying to help you out, because there's a lot more scammers in this world than not. But even if I'm a scammer 9 times out of 10, that one time you finally beat me, you beat me, and it's a draw. But why would I do that with you? Because you're the person that I gotta fight 9 times out of 10, and one time I'm gonna win. Why would I want to fight at those odds? Especially with that little bit of money.